I'm Shelly, and I am here to tackle my demons. No, not makeup in general, but Morphe's Icy Fantasy 35i. This is the Pony Parks collaboration. I think I got it about a month and a half ago. I attempted to film with this before, and I curled up in a fetal position with my tail between my legs because I wasn't convinced that a lady of a certain age who's not a makeup artist, who is not fair-skinned and fair-haired and all those things that might make a largely pastel palette be useful. Because when I first got it, all I could see was this, and some of them felt darn right chalky. Some of them I just felt like I was layering too much and it was going crazy. Some of them I just felt like the only thing you can do here is some sort of sherbet rainbow thing, and I'm not a sherbet rainbow kind of person. Today we're gonna play with a palette that previously had kicked my behind, and today I am not going to let it. It is a take no prisoners kind of day. With that being said, let's get into the video. All right, look number one with this Morphe 35i Icy Fantasy crazy pastel. Like, how do you get something that would work on you? And I can tell you, my first attempt at this palette was a complete train wreck. If you've got beautiful, gorgeous eyelids with lots of real estate, this might be perfectly fine for you to play with a lot of the pastels. But I wasn't gonna let a little palette kick my butt like I did the first time. So I actually did a look that I think is actually very soft and very pretty, and I tapped into really kind of like 4 shades. I mean, out of 35 colors, I got 4 shades, and I think it works. You know, I'm more normally kind of a smoky eye kind of person anyway, but I think something like this really works for a weekend, spring, something fresh. Could I wear this to work? Maybe. I don't think it's too overly dramatic or shocking in color, so I think it actually works. You just never know until you see how it looks. So I will take this off and I'll be right back.
Over the hills and far
number 2, very spring-like, very fresh. I've got this kind of lime green and lavender lilac thing going on. I think what saves these Easter eggy pastel-y colors for me is a lot of black mascara, and in this case, you wouldn't normally think, but some black eyeliner just buffed up against my eyes. Do I still feel a little hood heavy? Maybe just a little bit from what I'm used to, but I think in natural daylight, I think for a weekend, for brunch, for all those things that you can't do right now, going out in public, but I think there's something very kind of fresh about it. And so I'm not saying that I'm in love with pastels, but this palette I'm able to work for me a little bit more, and that's a good thing because I bought it. Well, my husband bought it, but still. I'm gonna do one more, and I think I probably need to get into maybe a blue, maybe an orange, I don't know. We'll just play with it and see what we can come up with, so I'll be right back.
She's waiting for love to be realized. I'll send her my heart covered as a gift, and hope that you'll take it into her side. La 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 la.
All right, gray and apricot-y peachy colors, and I know I shouldn't. I need to put a little pop of glitter. I could screw up the whole thing right now, or it could be really fun. Let's just see. And don't be mad at me, you guys, for putting glitter on my eyelids. See, I think it went from like, okay, you can leave the house, to now all of a sudden it's, where does she think she's going? Icy Fantasy wasn't quite the nightmare it was the first time around. I think I actually did come up with several different looks the lady of a certain age who's not a makeup artist would actually leave the house in if I were going anywhere, which I'm not in this time of self-isolation and quarantine and lock-ins and whatever else is going on. You know, my husband's gonna come home and he's gonna be like, wow, you have glitter on your eyelids. What's all that about? And there is something fun about glitter. Some people may think it's kind of ridiculous for a lady of a certain age to have glitter on her eyelids, but I kind of like the gray and the corally color. I did this halo thing, and I normally don't do a halo, but then I jazzed it up by throwing some glitter on it, and of course now I've got glitter everywhere. I have adjusted my impression of Morphe's 35i Icy Fantasy palette. This is the Pony Parks palette collaboration, who is this gorgeous makeup artist in Korea. I think this palette would be fantastic if you have the kind of eyes that allow you to do lighter colors. I think this palette is fantastic if you go for normally a bold lip, like a red or a burgundy or even an oxblood, you know, bright fuchsia. If you normally do a super statement making lip, then you get away with the super light colors and a black eyeliner and a lot of mascara or some false lashes. I think that could be absolutely stunning. I think that for me personally, knowing that I can come up with a couple kind of smoky eyes, I might dip into this. I might dip into this when I want something a little bit differently if I don't have the color somewhere else. I could see doing that. I think that this palette would be absolutely gorgeous on my daughter, who is almost like a platinum blonde, and she's got very kind of Slavic or Scandinavian, Norwegian, Finnish, you know, coloring. I think a palette like this would be absolutely beautiful on her. Maybe I'll bring this palette back when I have a chance to kind of film with her. I hope so. I think that would actually be a lot of fun. I am glad I stuck with it. I'm glad I came back to this palette and ignored my first, you know, failed attempts at trying to come up with 3 looks from this one palette. Thank you for everybody who kept encouraging me to not give up on it, to keep coming back around to it. I guess I had to be in the right mood to get it done. Now I'm wondering if I should put more glitter on. No, I'm gonna leave the glitter on. Okay. Well, you guys, that's all I have to say for now. I know this is silly. I know it's just makeup and it's like there are other things going on in the world, but I'm really striving to maintain that sense of normalcy, as I suspect you probably are too. If you go down that dark rabbit hole, it can spiral you out, and it takes a lot of effort to pull yourself out of that. So for me, it's looking for the normal routine. Strive for normalcy. Whatever the new normal looks like right now, don't let yourself get wrapped up in the, well, I don't have to go anywhere today. I don't have to do anything today. Because if you're prone to any kind of depression at all, that's just going to make it worse. I'm not a doctor, just my opinion on the topic. I'm not making light of anything at all. I think there's a lot of triggers out there. And having a regular routine, having the normal, like, I have a plan and this is what I'm going to do today, and you stick with it and you get accomplished and you go, okay, maybe it wasn't a wasted day after all. Try to figure out what your normal is. Go for it. Hopefully that includes every Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 3 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Eastern time. Signing in to listen to some funky music and some sped up makeup application from one of your devoted YouTubers. With that being said, I will wish you guys a fantastic weekend and I will see you next week. Bye for now.